The Middle East is once again on edge following reports of fresh military action involving the United States and Iran. Explosions, air defense alerts, and conflicting official statements have fueled uncertainty, while world leaders watch closely to see whether the crisis will escalate into a broader regional conflict. Here's what has been reported so far, and what remains unconfirmed. According to multiple reports, U.S. forces carried out strikes against targets linked to Iranian military infrastructure after Washington accused Tehran of violating recent understandings aimed at reducing hostilities. Iran, however, rejects those accusations and claims the United States initiated the latest escalation. Iranian officials have warned that any military action against their territory will receive what they describe as a decisive response. As these competing narratives unfold, independent verification of many battlefield claims remains limited. Iran's military leadership has stated that retaliatory operations are underway. State-affiliated media and military spokespeople say missile and drone attacks targeted facilities associated with U.S. forces in the Gulf region. Reports have also described warning sirens sounding in Bahrain and Kuwait. Although officials continue to assess the extent of any damage, governments across the region have urged residents to remain alert while monitoring the evolving situation. One of the biggest concerns is the Strait of Hormuz. Roughly one-fifth of the world's seaborne oil passes through this narrow waterway, making it one of the most strategically important shipping routes on Earth. Any disruption could affect global energy supplies, shipping costs, and fuel prices around the world. Shipping companies and energy markets are watching developments closely for any indication that commercial traffic could be restricted. The latest developments have intensified political debate in Washington. Supporters of the administration argue that military action is necessary to deter future attacks and protect American interests. Critics warn that continued escalation increases the risk of a wider conflict while creating uncertainty for global markets and U.S. allies. International leaders are once again calling for restraint and renewed diplomatic engagement. Financial markets are also reacting. Energy traders remain focused on crude oil prices, insurance costs for commercial shipping, and the possibility of supply disruptions if fighting spreads further. Even without a complete closure of key shipping routes, prolonged instability could create significant volatility across global markets. At this stage, the situation remains highly fluid. Military officials continue monitoring activity across the Gulf, while governments are evaluating their next moves. Whether this becomes another short-lived exchange or develops into a broader regional confrontation may depend on diplomatic efforts over the coming days. We'll continue following verified developments as new information becomes available.